this channel. My name is Jamil. I'm from Uganda, currently living in Dubai for the past 8 years. And today I'll be talking about how you can apply and join Emirates Airline or the Emirates Group, which is a list of so many brands like Donata, Marhaba. As you can see, the list is so long. They have Emirates Aviation University, they've got Emirates Flight Catering, they have Arabian Adventures. So I'll be talking about how you can join this group. Now, to be specific, I'll be talking about how you can join as a ground staff, not cabin crew, as there are a lot of videos out there that do talk about that. So in this video, I'll focus on showing you the step-by-step process on how you can fill and submit your application. Now, first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Google and then look for Emirates Group carriers. Okay, so we'll select Emirates Group carriers again over here, and it will take us to the Emirates Group carriers website. Yeah, now we'll select see all vacancies. Now they have this option here. At the moment they have 190 jobs available. These are jobs that are all around in all the countries. Now you have to be specific, which will help you narrow down your search. You can select the country that you're trying to apply for. In this case, we'll be selecting United Arab Emirates. You also have the option of selecting, what category. Let's say you're looking for a job in administration, in airport operations. Let's say we're looking for airport operations. Now airport operations, it cuts it down to 6 jobs and it will show you the list. Yeah, let's say now we are just trying to find a role. Let's go back here, select all categories. Let's say we're looking for a role in customer service. At the moment they have 5 jobs available, and it will show you the closing date of each position that you're trying to apply for. Some positions don't show a closing date, like this one right here. That means it's open. You can apply anytime that you want until they take it out or from the website. So if you look at this one, it's customer service Donata, part-time only. And part-time means, the difference between part-time is just that the salary is different from a full-time contract. I mean, not really a contract. Part-time, the contract you get as a part-time is actually going to be the same as a full-time. The only difference is the salary that you'll be getting and the number of hours that you'll be working in a month. Now, most times you do work almost the same as a full-time, but you do get paid extra, which is overtime, for those number of hours that you worked more than your contract. Now if we select this position right here, they'll show you the job purpose, they'll show you your qualifications that they need. Now when you look at your job purpose, you need to go through this, just try to read through it and see if it really matches what you're looking for, and go through the qualifications. Like here it says you need O-level or equivalent, 2+ years experience in a customer service role. Diploma says here is desirable but it's not required. Positive attitude. Some roles require one or more of the following, these languages. Now speaking any other language apart from English, it's an added advantage, and it could really make you be considered more than all the other applicants if you do speak an extra 2 or 3 languages that they might be looking for. Now we'll just go on ahead and apply. We'll try to make it as quick and short as we can. Now in this case, let's say you applied for Emirates before and you applied for a certain position before and you have an account. You can just come back here, put your username and password, and then log in. But in this case, let's say we don't have an account, we are just new here. We'll just go and select new user. It will ask you for a username and a password, but in this case I would recommend if you use your email as a username, because it's hard for you to forget your email, but it's very easy for you to forget a username. Now in this case, I'll just use an email I just created for this purpose, johndoe2023@gmail.com, and I'll create a random password and I will register. Now after I register, it will take me to the next page, which is asking for my cover letter. Now a cover letter is a way that you can show or you can convince an employer that you're suitable for the role that you're trying to apply for. Now this has to be something that's really persuasive. It's the first thing that your employer is going to look at before they even consider to look at your resume. So it has to include your skills. You can put your accomplishments, you can put your experience that's related to the job that you're applying for, and it typically shouldn't exceed 3 to 4 paragraphs. So many websites out there that you can go. If you just Google or check online and just put cover letter samples, cover letter templates, you can find a lot of information about a cover letter. But for this video, I'll just go and copy this cover letter here. So just copy this and paste it here just for the purpose of the video. Okay, now we'll save and continue to the next part, which is your resume upload. Now you can upload your resume, or if you don't want to upload your resume, you can just select you don't want to. But the challenge with not uploading your resume is you're going to have to fill out everything manually. When you upload your resume, it picks up some of your information that you don't have to do all over again, like putting your names, your date of birth, your email address, so many things. Now in this case, I'll just upload any, choose file. You can do all this that we're doing right now. You can do all of this on a phone. It doesn't necessarily have to be a laptop. You can do all this on your mobile phone at the comfort of okay, we'll just select any. Let's say we select we'll just go ahead and select this one. Okay, then save and continue. Remember what I said, when you upload your resume, it pulls up some of the information from your resume and updates it here. Like now it updated the name, put the name as Musa. We'll just change that to, let's say, just use John Doe. Okay, street address. Now when you're applying this, they will mention, if you look at this, it says mandatory fields are marked with an asterisk. So that means you don't really have to fill up all the information that you see here. Only the ones that do have an asterisk are mandatory for you to fill up. So I can ignore some of that. Let's say place of residence is United Arab Emirates, state is Dubai, and region is still Dubai. Email address johndoe@gmail.com. Let's say that's my email. Preferred contact number, let's say can select the region of your phone. So in this case, I'll just put 5 I'll just put that number. Okay, date of birth. Just try to go through this quick. I don't want this to be long. It gets boring when a video is so long. Okay, nationality, I'm African. Have you been previously assessed or interviewed by the company, by Emirates? If yes, just select yes. If no, select no. Okay, have you been employed before? Say wasn't. So we're considering that we're new to all this. Do you have a relationship with the current staff? If let's say you have a spouse, let's say your wife works for the company, you can select yes. Put the name. Let's say put Yes, you can put the name of your wife, and then relationship, you can say she's my wife. Where do they work? You can put the location where they work. Let's say they're working at the airport, you put the airport, and so on. So in this case, let's say we don't have, I'll just select no, so ignore all this. Native language, let's say my native language is English. Employment notice period, you can select your notice period. If you're not working, you can say no notice necessary, because some companies that you're working for might require you to stay for a 30-day notice period before you leave the company. So let's say my company requires 30 days, a month of notice. I select what I say 1 month. Monthly salary, like I said, if it doesn't really have this asterisk, you don't really need to fill it up. Let's ignore that. Source, how did you get to know about this job? Let's say I read it in a magazine. I can select magazine, and then I save and continue. Now this will take me to the next page. Now this says the title, the field title is mandatory. They will show you if there's any information that you missed out. It will bring an error and it will show you exactly what information that you're missing out. So in this case, I did not select my title. Let's say Mr. Save and continue. Now it takes me to the work experience. On this page, you can put your work experience, what companies you've been working for, how long, let's say what position. Let's say I was just a customer relationship agent. What job function was I doing? You can select customer service, okay, and what field, who was your employer. Let's say my employer was Apple. You can put your start date over here and end date. If this is your current company, you can select current job, and then you can add experiences, you can remove experiences. Let's say now if I just want to put this experience, I could just come here, experience number 2, and say remove experience, and this one as well, remove work experience. Okay, now let's continue, save and continue. The next part is your education background. You'll ask for your education background. Put the institution, put the course you did, start date. You can put the location where that course was done. So I'll just ignore all this. I'll just leave whatever was in my resume. Remember when I said that it's better for you to upload your resume? Now this is making it easy for me, because in this case, if I did not upload my resume, I would have to fill up all this again. But because I did upload it, it picked up all that information from my resume show. So the only thing I just have to do is just come make sure all the information that it picked up from my resume is accurate. So let's say that is all accurate. I'll save and continue. Move on to certifications. Now this part, you can add your certificates. Let's say you do have a pilot license, you can update your certificate. Let's say it's a pilot, they'll need the number. Here you put your number, and they give you even an option for you to select what type of certificate you've done. Let's say this, I select this and it shows me, okay, I have a certificate in 4D Microsoft Office. I do have a certificate in power engineering. You can select, let's say I select first class power engineering. Yeah, I select that one, and then they'll be asking me to put my ID, my certificate number. Let's say that's my certificate number, issue date. We'll just ignore and continue. Attachments. Now this is where you have to attach almost all the documents that you feel that are irrelevant to the position you're applying for. I could attach the main thing that you need to attach. You need to attach your resume. You can attach your cover letter again. You can attach your passport copy if the company requires, if you do require sponsorship. You can attach your passport copy, attach your passport size photograph, because most of these things they'll be asking them from you at a later stage in case you are selected. So You just have to come here, choose file. Let's say I'm going to attach my passport size photograph. Let's say this is my cover letter. Okay, now you see this box here, it says please provide the attachment description as well before attaching the file. What this does is, I'll just show you, let me cover letter. Let's say this is my cover letter. Describe what you're uploading. My cover letter, if I say attach and I look at this table, if you notice the table, something has been added, but my file name is just 0001 jhpcr converted.pdf. Now when the employer looks at this, they will not understand what this is until they open it up. But if you updated the description in the comments here, it will show them exactly what you were trying to upload. Now in this case, I say this is my cover letter. Now it's easy for the employer to know that, oh, this is his cover letter. So when they select this, they are looking to look at your cover letter. Alright, so make sure you upload as many that you feel are relevant for the position that you're applying for. Save and continue. Now this page is all about the job specific questions, and these are very important. Make sure you answer them as accurately as you can, because these could lead to your application being withdrawn if you provide an information that is wrong. So, do you have a minimum education level of a high school? Let's say yes. Are you willing to wear a uniform? Yes, I am. Please indicate the languages that you are fluent to speak, read, and write. Now, this is where I said it's advantage. It's an added advantage for someone who speaks more than 2 or 3 languages. Yeah, let's say I speak Cantonese, Czech, Dutch, Hebrew. Let's say I speak all these languages and I'm good at speaking, reading, and writing them. I'll have to select them. If I don't speak any of these languages, you can just select none of the above. Now they will ask you, are you able to work shift duties? Let's say I will be able to work shift duties, because this customer based role is involved with working in the aviation industry, which is involved in working at the airport. You will have to work sometimes at night, so the shifts are going to be morning, sometimes nights. So that is why they need to make sure that you're able to adjust to work shift duties. Now please indicate your notice period below. Like I said before, you can select your notice period if your company that you're working at right now, or you're not employed at the moment, you can just say I'm immediately available. Or if you have a company that you're working for and they do require a month notice, you can select that. If it's more than that, you can also select. So let's say I have a 1 month notice. Do you have a relationship with a current staff, supplier, regulator, or competitor that currently works with the company? Now if you do have, let's say your brother works for the company, your wife works for the company, your husband is working for the company, go ahead and select yes, and they will ask you for the details, which is the name, relationship, and where they work. So if it's no, we'll just select no. Okay, and then they'll ask you, have you been previously employed by Emirates Group? If you have been employed before, and because Emirates gives you the option of you can resign, leave the company, and you can join anytime later. So if you resigned and left the company and you feel like there's a position that you want to join back, you can just come back, and they'll be asking you for your staff number. Let's say I was there before and that's my staff number. You can just go ahead and put not applicable for this. Okay, this position is for part-time role. Are you comfortable with a part-time position? Yes, like I said, the difference is in the salary and the number of hours that you're working, but they do have the option of working you more than the hours in your contract, and you'll be paid overtime. So where are you currently based? Let's say I'm in the UAE. If you can even apply when you're outside the UAE, so you can select that option as well. For this case, we'll just select I'm in the UAE and indicate your current visa status for the UAE. A national GCC employment visa, you have all these options to select from. Let's say I came in on a visit and I'm trying my luck, in getting a job. I can just say UAE visit visa and save and continue. Now the next part is just a declaration. You can just go through it. This is just for them to make sure that you provided all the information. It's an agreement that all the information that you provided is true, and if any of the information is false, that would lead to the withdrawal of your application. So you can just go ahead and put your name, let's say John Doe, put your email address, 2023@gmail.com, and we'll continue. Now this is the final part. This is the review and submit. Now before you submit, they give you an option to review what you've provided. Now if you look at it, the first thing that we did was we provided our cover letter. You can come and look into your cover letter, and you do still have the option of editing the cover letter or editing the information that you provided before you submit. But after you've submitted, you don't have the option of editing that information. So make sure that you do go through it before you submit. Now let's say I made a mistake in my cover letter. I put a wrong phone number, I put a wrong email address. I do have the option of going back here and select edit, and this will take me back to the cover letter page, whereby I'll be able to make changes to that cover letter. After I'm done, I can just save and continue again, and then go back to this. Now question, you might be asking, what if when I'm trying to fill up the application, because the application seems long, sometimes it's not easy to finish it up in just one go. Maybe in between the application you realize you don't have your resume. You need to create a resume. Let's say in between you feel like you're like, okay, I need to upload a passport size photograph which I did not take. I have to go and take it. You do have, every time you select save and continue, it saves your information, and once you log back in again, you can start from where you stopped. So if let's say now at this point before I submit, I just decide to sign out, right? Now when I sign out, if I try to go back, let's say I want to finish up my application, I can just come back here on the main page, say login, put in my details. I use John Doe x2023@gmail.com. Okay, I can come back here, I'll say login. Now once I log in, it will bring me to this page which shows my draft submissions. Okay, and I can just come here and say finish draft submission. Remember what I said, it will bring me back to my final page that I was at. This was the previous page that we stopped at, so it will bring me back to that page, and I can just go back again, go through my information, make sure everything is correct. If there's any editing that needs to be done, you have the option of editing that information, and I will go all the way down. The one thing that you have to really make sure that you don't make mistakes is the job specific questions, because these are very important. This is actually what they look at to consider you for the position or to consider calling you for an interview. Now the next thing that you'll have to do is submit. For the purpose of this video, I will not submit, because all I was doing is just show you how you can go through the application process. But once you click submit, you'll be getting an email saying that thank you for your application, and we'll be getting back to you in a while. So after you've done all that, you just have to sit back, pray, and hope for the best. Wait for an email back from them giving you the next steps. It could be calling you for an interview, it could be giving you an assessment to do, but all in all, that's all you need to apply for Emirates Group, and that's the entire process on how to do that. I hope this video really helps you all out, and I wish you all the best and good luck towards your careers.